Happy Wednesday morning, everybody. Talladega Super Speedway is this week. And 23 years ago, Dale Earnhardt Sr. and myself, we came from dead last. And Dale Sr. won the race. One of the most exciting races in the history of NASCAR. So drop your comments right here. Was it the most exciting finish in the history of NASCAR? Or was it Kurt Busch and Ricky Craven at Darlington? What was your most exciting finish in the history of NASCAR? Tell me right here. So there's a generation gap out there, meaning that if something happened 23 years ago, Herman, I wasn't even born. All right, you weren't born. So let me tell you a story about it. That's called a generation gap. When something happens and you weren't born. So you could be 22 years old and not even know what happened. You have to watch the videos. Let me tell you the backstory. So I came out of St. Louis, Missouri, Arnold, Missouri, Rolla, Missouri. I was born in the Midwest with my family, Rusty, Mike, Mom and Dad, Russ and Judy Wallace, Uncle Gary. We're a bunch of rednecks and we want to make it south, so we make it. And I find myself in a really big race. This race at Talladega paid a $1 million bonus. It was called the No Bull event. Now, I have been in the No Bull event a couple times. What they did is RJR Reynolds, the Winston cigarette brand. Winston cigarette brand. If you have finished in the top 5 the race before, you get to qualify for the $1 million bonus, but you have to win the race. So Dale Sr. had qualified for it. There were 5 of them, and they all had these day glow red orange spoilers. Earnhardt's spoiler was day glow that day. So anyway, we both have a really bad pit stop, right? And they dropped the green flag with 10 laps to go. I'm leaving pit road, and I key my button. I look in my mirror, and we had a really bad pit stop. And I'm the last one to leave pit road. There's nobody behind me. And I asked Jimmy Elledge, I keyed the button. I said, Jimmy, what's Earnhardt doing behind me? They said, well, he had a bad pit stop too. I said, okay. So they dropped the green flag, and I can hear, back in those days, there was 250,000 people. I could hear them roaring in my ear. Ah. And of course, Dale Jr.'s leading the race with Mike Skinner. So Earnhardt's following me. We're slicing and dicing, and my car is fast, and I'm making moves. I'm going to the front. So I get picked. I'm going underneath. Who's I going underneath? Matt Kenseth. Matt the Brat. That's his nickname. Matt the Brat Kenseth. That's what they call him up there at Slinger. So anyway, I go underneath him, and Matt blocks me. Earnhardt gets by me. Okay. Now, this is a part of the story that I got to tell you. When I first made it to NASCAR, Dale Earnhardt Sr. really liked my brother Rusty and liked me because I had raced in ASA with Dale Sr. Sr. had an ASA car. He'd come to St. Paul, Minnesota. Slinger, look it up. The Camaro, the number 8 black GM Goodwrench Camaro was there. So Earnhardt took a liking to me because I was Rusty's kid brother racing in the Midwest. Okay, this is around 1988. So all of a sudden, let's go back to the Talladega race. Earnhardt's wearing white gloves that day, right? Oh, the man in black wearing white girl gloves. Back then you had to wear black because that meant you was badass. So all of a sudden, but Earnhardt's wearing white gloves and he's going like this to me. I'm like, me? All right. I never let go of Earnhardt's ass. And I mean, we sliced and diced and we got to the Trial. The last car we had to get by was John Andretti and Richard Petty's. And all of a sudden, Andretti's car just goes through the Trial and me and Earnhardt go by him. Later, I asked Dale Sr., I said, how did you get by him? I said, how did you move him out of the way? Senior tells me, he goes, the man, he didn't bump him, but somehow when you got behind him, it lifted his ass up. See, when you go through the Trial, you get loose. we came to the front and won that damn race. And I'm telling you what, man, the fans went absolutely nuts. I could, white flags in the air. Now here, I'm going to leave you with this. I thought I could pass him and win the race. I looked in the mirror and I'm like, who the hell is that behind me? I'm not going to try to pass Earnhardt, because if I try to pass him, they'll leave me out to dry. So I stay in line and I finish second. And when I look back on it, you know who that was behind me with a brand new paint job? My own damn teammate, Joe Nemechek. He had a Jack Daniels paint scheme on. I was used to seeing Joe with the blue and white Oakwood Mobile Homes. So anyway, listen, I can go a lot longer, but this is 6 minutes. So this is my tribute to all of you 22, 23-year-old kids out there. Hope you enjoyed that story. And then the day after, Earnhardt said, Herman, you won me $1 million. What do you need? I said, Senior, I owe you. You let me drive your Busch Grand National car at Martinsville. And I finished like 12th. And because I drove your Busch Grand National car at Martinsville, that approved me to go to Daytona and start my career in 1989 in NASCAR. So much more. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it.